Hey guys, I'm Chuck.
And I'm Allie.
And we are AlliChuck Adventures. And this week we are venturing into the world of stand-up paddleboarding, inflatable.
That's right.
And we actually kind of got bit by the bug with Kyle and Renee from Happily Ever Hanks and seeing them use their stand-up paddleboards. And we thought, why not try it?
That's right.
If we like it, we might get a second one, if Allie will let me. But we're here at Werner-Boyce Salt Springs State Park, which is near our home.
Yep. And
it's nice and relaxed here. We're going to be able to try it without a lot of boat traffic or anything of that nature. All right, so if you're new to our channel, we'd appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button down below.
And ring that bell notification so you can follow us on our journey.
All right, so this just arrived in the mail. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox it here and see what's in the box and see if it can be inflated and how hard it is to do. Okay, the things that came in the bag, we got a paddle, the pump, the fins, the bag. There's a tool there. I'm not sure what it's for. We got a leash lanyard for your foot, and we have the paddleboard here. So I'm going to go ahead and pump this thing up and hope that it works and it doesn't leak, because the last time we had an inflatable, it was a kayak, and the very first trip it leaked and it sank on us. So let's hope this is made a little better than our last experience with an inflatable.
You're gonna put that around your ankle first?
Oh yeah.
And you He went in, Nikki. He went in.
Well, we're doing it. Allie's on the kayak and Nikki is on the paddleboard. No issues so far. So far, so good. I did stand up on the kayak, or I should say paddleboard, and got a little wobbly and fell off, but I didn't have it inflated high enough. It feels much more stable now. But then again, I'm sitting down. I'll let you come by me here. Say definitely go to the right. It gets windy out there and hard to paddle. Okay, Allie's put your paddle crossways on the board and hang on to it. Yeah, as you're getting on. Well, the first impressions of the board so far is I really like it. We're gonna see what Allie thinks of it as she's trying it out here. I just feel like there's more options on how to sit on it compared to the kayak. And it floats through the water much easier. She's trying her turn maneuvers. Nikki says, I want to go. Do you want to go, Nikki? Yeah. It moves much easier with much less effort. Now when you come back from that direction there, it's going to be a little harder, I found, with the wind and everything. A little bit more effort. We're going to see if she's going to be brave enough to try to stand up on it here in a minute. Did I fall off?
Hi, Nick. Nikki, don't get too deep.
What we thought of the paddleboard is,
We loved it so much, we got another one last night.
yeah, it's going to be here Friday, so we're going to have a couple new stand-up paddleboards to go to Rainbow Springs next weekend with, which I'm pretty stoked about, you know.
Right.
I would say the only negative that I could think of yesterday with it was that it didn't have grab handles, or it doesn't have grab handles on the nose or on the tail end for pulling it in and out of the water, but it's not heavy, it's easy compared to the kayak.
Very easy to maneuver around.
Yeah.
And Nikki loved it.
Oh, Nikki loved it. She took right to it.
Yeah, she actually liked it better than the kayak. The kayak is such a hard shell little boat vessel, whatever, that, you know, it kind of curved, and
I think it was uncomfortable for her.
It always was a little uncomfortable for her, whereas the paddleboard is so flat and just easy for her to lay on.
Yeah, she did. I figured, you know, my fear with Nikki on there was that she would want to move around like she kind of does on the kayak a little bit, move from side to side.
Like she's looking out the window.
Yeah, and I figured the paddleboard would kind of want to tip me, but she didn't want to move. She was just like fine, just sitting right there, and just she could look in every which way.
That's right.
So we're really happy with it. We'll leave some product links down in the description below in case you want to check it out on Amazon and look at it and see what you think. So far, I mean, this is only, obviously, we've only tested it out for a few hours, so we will definitely do like some updates as we go along on our journeys, and if anything should happen and it like develops a hole or gets a hole punctured in it, but it, you know, something like that. But
and we did find that when you were blowing up the paddleboard that you needed to blow it up to about what?
At least 11 to 15 psi.
Yeah,
I only had it at about 7 when I actually fell off. And when I came in, I pumped it up to about 11 or 12, and it was so much more stable.
Right.
All right. So we're happy with it so far. We'll keep you updated and let you know what we think in the future as we use it more and more. Okay, so as you can see, I have our new paddleboard and everything stowed away inside the bag that comes with it. I'm going to go ahead and re-inflate this. I'm going to try seeing if one of our old air mattress inflators will help kind of shorten down the process of the inflation process. I plan on ordering a little adapter that will allow us to use our air compressor, our little portable air compressor, to air this up, because that's the one thing that I will say. It's a little bit of a workout airing these things up by hand. It can be done, obviously, and I can do it in about 5 minutes, but it wears me out. So if I'm going to have to do 2 of these paddle boards, because Allie won't do hers on her own, I guarantee you that. I don't want to have to do that. So that was actually a quite surprising success, that little air up mattress pump, just holding it up to the end of the hose, it actually did inflate the paddleboard, you know, the majority of the way. And then all I had to do was just connect the pump that came with it and put it on the low setting mode and finish pressuring it off up to the I only put about 11 pounds in it right now, but it worked good. So once I get that adapter, I will use our little air compressor that we carry in the truck to pump both of the paddle boards up to the recommended PSI. I'll leave a link in the description below for not only the paddle boards, obviously, but for also that little adapter. So we're back to do a little filming here at Werner-Boyce Springs State Park, and this is the path that leads to the kayak launch and kayak and canoe launch, and there's also kayak rentals down here.
This is where you actually would rent the kayaks. They have a single kayak, a tandem kayak, and a canoe, and it shows you the prices here. They also have water, Coke, and sunscreen.
Sunscreen.
Yep. Very important.
Definitely a must.
Yep.
So we just discovered this cool little boat here. It's right near the loading zone for the kayak and canoe launch. Allie was saying that she thought it was probably about 100 yards from the loading zone to the kayak launch, and I was like, oh, it's got to be farther than that. But I walked it, and it shows it being about 400 feet. So that's only a little over 100 yards. So not that far. But you would need to bring a your own dolly. They do have a couple down there though, if you want to walk down there and get it and bring it back, and then obviously have to take it back.
Speak up for the springs. You agree?
Yep.
So we have bathrooms, men and women's, obviously.
It's just a little
Water.
little observation deck up here. Tell you what, the breeze up here is nice.
Yeah.
And so you're basically looking out over the marsh here.
Very pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. So this here is the kayak launch. It's pretty nice.
This is kind of interesting information talking about the bloom activity here, that they say if you see blue green algae that you need to stay away from the water, not to swim in it, not to wade in it, to keep pets away from it. And then if you are fishing, to rinse the fish really well with tap water and throw out the guts.
This is a pretty nice little kayak launch here. They've got it paved with, or not paved, they've got it carpeted with some outdoor carpeting. Okay, so after a week plus, I finally got the new membrane for our RVLock. Not too bad. That's pretty fast shipping for the $6+ I charged for shipping this little thing. Not happy. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to go ahead and get this replaced. As you can see, it's getting in bad shape. I hope inside the package at least there's some directions on how to do this. I'm hoping. $11 for that little piece of rubber. That's not too expensive, hence the sarcasm. And we have one page of instructions for this. Replacing the keypad membrane on your version 4.0 handle. Remove the old membrane by making a small cut and peeling it off. Make sure the area is clean and dry. Peel off the new membrane's clear plastic counterpart. So it is basically peel and stick. Should be easy enough. I don't think it's going to be hard to peel this one off, as it's already messed up. And that's it. And the new one just goes on in its place. I think that's done. Let's take the clear plastic off of it. Test it out. It works. And that was easy enough. Now, as I said before in our last week's video, I'm going to go ahead and just hit it with some UV protection and just see if the 303 doesn't help keep that lasting longer. So that's going to wrap it up this week, guys.
So if you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification so you can follow us on our journey.
And make sure if you enjoyed this video, you give it a thumbs up down below and drop us a comment. Share it with your friends.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Rainbow Springs.